Hey everybody, welcome back to some Dark Souls PvP. You haven't seen this in a long time, have you? This is a Battle of the Subscribers type deal with ChocoMayhem. I'm not entirely sure if he goes by any other names on PSN or in chat forums or whatever, but he's a nice guy from Ireland, as I understand it. And funny story about this is that, oh yeah, I get wrecked in the first few matches here, because honestly, our connection at the start was really weird. Like, it wasn't so much that it was really laggy, but as you can see there, I kind of took two swings at him, rolled away, he backed off, and then he took the damage from me. And I'm not entirely sure it's my connection, because honestly, my connection has been kind of brilliant with a lot of people from the US and all that. So, sorry Choco, I'm kind of inclined to believe that you're... Oh yeah, he's in that Great Sword of Artorias I don't know the stats for. I'm kind of inclined to believe that I don't have the... the connection between us just wasn't very good. I don't know how fast your internet is, man. And frankly, I don't blame you for not having really fast internet. Although you might, and I might just be saying a whole lot of stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense. But we're actually in some Dark Souls PvP, and this is going to be a bit strange because this video is coming out after the release of Dark Souls 2. I actually haven't put... Oh, got sucked back into that post there. I haven't actually put out any Dark Souls 2 content yet, and I can assure you that there is stuff being recorded. If you follow me on Twitter at all, you can hear me complaining and yelling and just generally wondering what the hell I'm supposed to be doing in Dark Souls 2. It's sorry about my voice. It's a really good game so far, and these are a really good set of matches. If not from my standpoint, then from Choco's standpoint. It's an interesting process because I have a blind live playthrough that I'm doing at the moment, and I've never played a game blind before and also done a live playthrough of it at the same time. Because my reason that I did Dark Souls initially as my first blind playthrough was as my first live playthrough was that... Oh, GG there. Was... fucking hell, sound like I'm 13. My reason for doing that was because I knew the game so well and that I could do it really fast. And I don't know how far I am through Dark Souls 2, but I've got 39 episodes down, like already done and waiting to be just synced up and edited together. And I guess the reason they're not coming out yet is one, because I'm lazy and I feel like I want to finish everything before it actually comes out. And did you check out the lag on that hit there? Because it took a few seconds for it to even come in, like for the damage to display. But there, it happened almost instantly. You saw the damage pretty much straight away. So I don't know what's going on with that connection, man, but it's interesting. And I love this giant's halberd because every time I switch to it, I think that, you know, this is a lot better than I thought it would be, given that it is an elemental weapon. But then I remember that it does do some pretty good damage. It's just that it's really fucking heavy. So if you've got anything other than a build with, you know, 16 carry weight on it free, or more in my case, I think I've got 24 and like 24.5, so I can use the Dark Hand, and 24 points of any other weapon in the game. Which means that I can fast roll with any weapon except for Smo's hammer, which I have to take off armor in order to do that. Anyway, I've got the Black Knight halberd out here. I should actually talk about what's going on in the fights. I'm sorry about that. I have a bad habit of going off on tangents. It's just that at the moment, Ooh! Sorry, man, I did... We've got an interesting connection, man. I did not mean to do that backstab, but I think regardless of whether or not I'd backstabbed you, the couple of swings that I would have gotten in would have killed you anyway. But Yeah, so I've got the Lucerne out, so you know this match is going to go well. I've got a bad habit of going on tangents when I do anything related to commentary, especially in post-commentary, because you can't exactly just react to what's going on screen like you can with a live commentary. And I've come to realize why doing live commentary is perhaps a lot easier for the person. Ooh. Okay, that was probably my first and my only parry for the night, because I would love to say that I planned that, but I really don't think I did. I think I just parried because I thought it would look cool, and it happened to work out that time. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I wish that I was much more confident with my parries, but this set of matches that we had going, GG, this set of matches was basically my second set in 4 months or so. No, that's not right. My second set in about 2 months or so. And the other set that I had was just a set of sparring matches with Justin, aka the Visionary, in which I was absolutely horrible, and he got the parry, but he didn't commit to it, so he just rolled away. So I was expecting myself to be absolutely dreadful, and you know what? I was, but I wasn't too obsessed with being really fantastic, because I mean, this Choco wanted to have a couple of matches, and I thought, well, sure, you know, I haven't had anyone just say I'd like to do some matches, so we'll do this and we'll make a video out of it, and I'll talk for a little while over it. Anyway, he's getting real fancy with the R2s with the Obsidian Greatsword, and he's got Quailag's Fury Sword, which I always fear, because it's your greatest friend and your worst enemy at the same time, because it feels like it's got no range until all of a sudden it's got all the fucking range you could ever want in a weapon. It's a fantastic weapon, really. And it does a lot of damage, especially if you've got 10 humanities and you're in a set of matches like these where you're doing PvP and stuff. You'd expect people to have 10 humanity or more, and then it scales off dex, and if you've got a high dex build, then it's a wrecking machine, honestly. And I thought I'd get the parry there because I saw him. I thought, well, he's going to do a running attack. And then when he did his running attack, it ended up being off-center to me, and my timing was probably also not great. So it hit me, and I died. And I've taken out the Murakumo here because I'm always thinking, well, the Murakumo is a really good weapon. It's really strong, and it really is. Because when I was doing the setup for these matches, I got an invader that came in with a pyro glove, but he had no poise. So, and while I was fighting the two Royal Sentinels and the other dude, the archer, the Silver Knight archer, he came in and started spamming pyromancies at me. So I rolled away and I killed one of the giants, and then he came in again with more pyromancy, and I just turned around, and it was this precious, like, get lost moment where just two-handed the Murakumo and pressed R1 4 times, and the guy died. It was brilliant. Oh, yep, got vacuumed into that riposte again. It's always so strange when you get parried and you roll away and you think you're safe, but then you just get sucked back into it. So we're doing our exchange of gestures as usual. So yeah, fights with Choco. Choco seems pretty damn competent with the game. Like, not super duper, like, you know, elite type, you know, fantastic with the game, but I mean, who really is? I mean, I get this feeling oftentimes that I would love to be really, really great at the PvP side of things, because, you know, then maybe I could get a wider audience and stuff, but then I realized that my love of these games, they mostly stem from the PvE side of things, because I just like playing single player games. I love the multiplayer aspect in this game, and what I've seen of the Dark Souls 2 multiplayer so far has been pretty decent. I like this a whole lot more. I like the single player a whole lot more. And Choco seems really comfortable with, you know, unlocked and parrying and dual wielding, and is just generally a good player, and he experiments, he does jump attacks, even when they're not the most, practical of decisions, he does them, and that's what I appreciate in opponents, they don't just feel the need to fucking try hard all the time, because, I don't know, like, I can see why you might want to really try and win, if you're proving yourself to maybe to a YouTuber that you don't think you'll ever be able to get more matches against, because like if you're fighting someone like Martyrs Brigade or something, who seems to have a really busy schedule and has people that he wants to play with, it's a lot like that. You don't know if you're ever going to get fights with them again, so you want to show them that you're competent. And in this match, I've got the Drake Sword, the Gold Tracer, and I've got the Darkwood Grain Ring on as well. And I mostly put the Darkwood Grain Ring on because I had the Drake Sword. I thought it was a balancing sort of proposition. But it ends up not serving me too well because I'm so not used to using the thingy, the Darkwood Grain Ring, that it kind of fucks with my perception of how I operate in a match. Like I won't necessarily flip around too much. It's just that I don't know what I can flip through and get away with the Darkwood Grain Ring, because I know it's got all these invulnerability frames, but I don't know how to exploit that, so I just kind of end up taking damage when I could otherwise avoid it. So what I've got in my right hand here is the Stone Greatsword, and I got I think it's the Iaido in the left hand, or maybe the Uchigatana. And the Stone Greatsword, I have kind of a new love for it. I mean, it's 18 units, which means it's fucking heavy, but I don't know. Oh, I think there's a parry coming up. Yeah! I really like that. And I parried the two-handed R2 of that, of the plows attacks. I really like it. What I really like, though, about this sword is the one-handed R2, because it's just like this really fast slam into the ground, and it does decent damage. I mean, because it does split damage, magic and physical, it doesn't do as much damage as you'd hope it to, but for the speed of that first one-handed R2, it's really damn good. And I've caught out a lot of people with it because I don't think people see it, because the Stone Greatsword, let's just face it, it's not really a practical weapon for a lot of people to use. And oh, we've got an invader. Is he going to stand by and let us fight? So we just stop our fight, have a look at him, and Choco decides to engage. So this man, I like to call him Hornet Giant. He's not... he invaded us a few times. Well, he invaded us once here, but he invaded me a few times while I was waiting for Choco's sign to appear. So I put on my Hornet Ring, seeing as he was so happy to put on his. And he hits me with a Great Combustion there, because I thought I'd get the chain stab, but it didn't exactly work out. See, if you try to break up one of our a fight with two people who are just trying to duel, then I think it's pretty fair game for them to pretty much immediately decide to gank up on you, because it's just... Why the fuck would you do that? You invade a world... I mean, I understand why you decide to go full holo with, basically Dark Souls 2 right around the corner, because when this set of matches happened, it was something like 3-4 days until the release date. So, I could understand, having one last dicky hurrah in this game, but it's... I don't know, it's... I can comprehend it, but at the same time, I'm just thinking, why? Although I did kind of embrace that at the end of this video, and you'll see a little bit of a bit of a dicky last hurrah from me. So we've decided to resume our fight. I've taken to the Life Hunt Scythe, which is a beautiful, beautiful weapon that I can never use properly. It does have good damage though. But looking back at these fights, looking back at some Dark Souls 1 PvP, after playing Dark Souls 2 for pretty much 25 hours straight so far. It's interesting to look at how the PvP controls, because honestly, it is a whole lot tighter and a whole lot more refined in Dark Souls 1 as opposed to Dark Souls 2. And that might be to the second game's detriment, because I think what a lot of people liked about this game was that it was so damn tight and no movement. It was instant, and in Dark Souls 2, I was afraid that a lot of the movement would be a whole lot looser, and that roll into the backstab was completely unintentional. Trust me, man, I know I accidentally do that to people all the time, and it feels so shitty when it happens, because you just do it's like a simple R1, and then you roll away, and you roll away to do the rolling R1, but you end up behind them, and you end up backstabbing them, and it happens probably 1 in 15 times that you try to execute that with and it's always with an Ultra Greatsword for me as well. Oh, by the way, Ultra Greatswords in Dark Souls 2, oh, they're amazing. I fucking love them. I'm rolling with an Ultra Greatsword at the moment, in case you're wondering. Yeah, they're really, really nice. Although I think I've participated in some PvP on there, and the Dedi servers do make things a lot less laggy than I'd expect, but because my internet is my internet, I have a feeling that it's not as great for some other people when I play against them. But at the moment, I'm in a covenant that basically gives you Titanite chunks for winning invasions, and if my connection happens to give me an advantage while I'm looking for materials fast, then good. But I have done a little bit of Dark Souls 2 on my phone connection as well, and I have done some local connection stuff as well, and yeah, oh, and the Giant's Halberd range is so good. So I think this is actually our last match for the evening. Yeah, I was about to have dinner before this, but then I got a message saying, "Yo, you ready up for those fights, man?" Which I thought were in about 2.5 hours, but it turns out that I got the time zones wrong. So he's naked, he's got double cestus, and I decided we'll strip down mostly, because I've still got my hat on, because I like my hat. We're just doing our childish gesture spam here. I honestly... Oh, the gestures in Dark Souls 2 are... Oh, they're fucking horrendous, really. They're horrible. Most of them. I mean, a couple of them I really like because they look so douchey, but all the other ones that are supposed to be respectful or whatever, they all look kinda stupid. So what am I switching to here? Yeah, I've got the dagger and the notched whip. And I think the Darkwood Grain Ring as well. Because, I mean, obviously this is a silly match. I want this to last a while, so I've changed out. What am I doing? Oh yeah, and I've got the parrying dagger in the left hand. And I like having the parrying dagger in the left hand, but never actually using it to parry, just using it to get the L1 attacks in. So we had our bow, we did our blossoms, and let the silly fight begin. And oh, and he likes the uppercuts too. That's really great to see. I like the dagger R2s actually, because I hadn't used them a whole lot, but yeah, they're really, really good. He's doing the uppercuts more. It's a quick left jab. Basically, if the opponent has no poise and you hit them with that quick left jab, then you're going to stun them. And if they have no poise and you have a lot of stamina, you can basically just keep doing that. If their first instinct isn't to hit the dodge button and roll away, you can basically just hit them again and again and again and again with the left jab. Also works a lot in PvE because of how a lot of the enemies don't have any poise either. So he's down on low life, I'm down on relatively low life. How's this gonna work? Oh, I jabbed him with the left. Jabbed him with the left hand for 1 point of damage. He jabbed me for more than 1 point of damage, that's for sure. I decide to grass again, change to the cestus if I can. So we've both got the cestus in the right hand. I don't have another one, so I can't put another one in the left hand. He's got me down to Tear Stone range, and I hit him as well, and he gets 146 damage and dies. So Here we've got our victory gesture spam. I had a great time with you, Choco. It was a good time. I mean, apart from, being slow to start because I realized, where we were doing our fights probably wasn't the best for PvP, but it was interesting at least. Oh, and this guy invaded as well, and I thought to include this just because I had my last dickish hurrah. As I switched to the Hornet Ring, I'm naked. I don't have the Darkwood Grain Ring. I basically, I just wanted to see what was up with this guy because I hadn't even turned to face him yet, and he started to attack me before the clip got cut in. So I hit him once with that. So I got him on the chain stab after the first time I tried to hit him. I've got the Cestus on. Just roll around, get the backstab again. 442 points of damage. He's dead. No gesture. That was my last PvP experience in Dark Souls 1. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.